What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 0 of Sorta Knows Science. This is a new podcast I'm starting, and in today's episode, we'll kind of just talk about what the podcast is, what you can expect from it, and an introduction of myself. So, to start off with myself, my name is Drew Kopchak. I am a sophomore at Baldwin Wallace University, currently majoring in physics in the hopes of pursuing a PhD in astrophysics. I am on the track team, and I am also a member of Alpha Sigma Phi fraternity. So, pretty much what this podcast is it's just going to be about science predominantly. And I wanted to start it because I think science is very cool, and I think more people would find an interest in it if it was more easily accessible instead of having to necessarily take a class or read a book or something like that. You know, a podcast or a video is a lot easier to access nowadays. And it's a lot easier to, say, listen to a podcast while you're doing something instead of trying to, take time to read a book or go to a class that you might think you don't have any interest in. But anyway, yeah, my hopes is to maybe spark some interest for someone who doesn't know they like science. Also, if you do like science, maybe just you'll enjoy listening to it, or you'll learn something new that you didn't previously know. So pretty much, I think this will be weekly updates on what's happening in the world of science, predominantly in the areas of physics and astronomy, since that is kind of what pertains to me the most. But I also talk about things that I don't really know anything about. So topics in chemistry, biology, neuroscience, maybe even throw a little math in there just because. Topics that I don't know a lot about, but maybe you'll hear something and it might spark some interest. Also, I want to do something with the board behind me. I'll want to do some sort of kind of weekly teaching on maybe something that's just either a fun fact in physics and astronomy, or maybe an equation that is used a lot. Maybe talk about where it came from, how you use it, what it tells us, things like that. Also, eventually, I'd like to move into talking to people from the scientific community, whether it's another undergraduate student, whether it's a graduate student, professor, whatever it may be, just to talk about physics and astronomy, but then also the other topics that I mentioned before, chemistry, biology, that kind of stuff. And it maybe even move into just having someone on one day just to talk, not even be about science, just to talk just because. I think for the most part, that's kind of what you can expect from this. I would like to do one of these every week, if not every 2 weeks, kind of see how it works out with my schedule. I'll play around with it. This is brand new to me, so I'm kind of going to experiment with it a little bit. But yeah, I'll just kind of roll with it. As you might be able to tell, I'm not necessarily the best when it comes to speaking, but hey, we'll work on it. Don't necessarily have the best setup, but hey, gotta do with what you got. Yeah, I think that's kind of about it for episode 1, or episode 0, my bad. Yeah, I think that wraps it up. Catch you next week for episode 1. Peace.